Here's my town administrator report for January 27th, 2026. So this says that TA Coffee Hour, the next one is going to be at the Gleason Public Library on February 17th. We're moving into February 18th. That decision was made today. But we'll make sure that that's posted and it'll be in a future TA report to you. February 18th, come to the library. Talk about the renovation or the budget or anything that's coming up. And speaking of the budget and town meeting process, please make sure you're following our municipal newsletter, our email alerts, and podcasts for information. We're up to 30 to 35 potential warrant articles now, so there's going to be a lot of information flowing to people's podcast feeds.
Oh my gosh, 30 to 35.
28 in the consent agenda, hopefully.
Yeah.
Fortunately, no. So for human resources report and appointments, we don't have any appointments to let you know about, but we do have some bittersweet retirement announcements. James Powderly, our plumbing and gas inspector, will retire effective March 31st after 18 years of dedicated service to the town of Carlisle. So if you've done plumbing work in your house, you've at least had James come there and approve your project. Also, Linda Fantasia, and this is not a typo, 39 years of service to the town, will retire effective March 1st. Her decades of commitment and institutional knowledge will leave a significant impact, and the Board of Health will have big shoes to fill. Also, Jim O'Shea, the superintendent of schools, will retire at the end of year after 10 years of service to the Carlisle community. So those are three pretty significant retirements that we're acknowledging, and there'll obviously be more information about that coming up and some involvement from you as well for those replacement's the wrong word, but for those continuities of service. All right, department updates and information. We have officially certified our free cash. Thank you, Kelly and financial management team, in the amount of $4,676,426. So this is all of prior year funds that are available for appropriation after outstanding obligation and liabilities have been counted. This is the amount they're going to use to set your reserve levels and deal with capital planning and warrant article requests at town meeting, so it is important. It represents about 17% of the current year's budget, so well above reserve, as you know, and something that will be used in becoming part of the budget discussion to come. All right, we did file a CPC project placeholder on your behalf seeking legal fees and support for the investigation of the Article 97 transfer as part of the Bog House project. We've talked about this a little bit. This submission does require your formal approval, so we have a placeholder now. We are asking you to fund a $15,000 request, and this would alleviate pressure on the town's legal budget as we go through the process. So that is up for your consideration now or in the future.
And I see there's a motion in the packet. Do we want to take up the motion now?
Sure. Well, let's do it at the end. Let him get,
Okay.
let's get to this would be us requesting it at the CPA? Okay.
Yes, approving the submission of the
Okay,
application.
not approving the.
It's going to be a lot of Article 97 work. We just want to make sure it didn't interfere with the regular legal budget, considering it's CPA eligible.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end.
All right, the Representative Cataldo, who's here tonight, talked about this, but the amended TA bylaw special act was resubmitted with the non-substantive changes you approved. There's no timeline yet, but normally these are approved throughout the spring, summer session, so we hope by August it'll become law here in Carlisle. The budget update. The Finance Committee is done with its series of marathon meetings, and tomorrow they are meeting to discuss and have in-depth conversations about the results of that. This included significant conversations and presentations from the Carlisle Public Schools and the Concord Carlisle Regional High School. None of the numbers changed from the presentation that you got in December, substantially changed. The goal of these discussions is to create a second draft in early to late February, and that'll come back in front of the board for you guys to discuss draft 3, which becomes the town meeting budget, hopefully with consensus. We have a website up on the town administrator's page for all budget information. We've included both school presentations, the latest draft, and any information you need to stay up on the budget. We do not post a change until there is a draft 2 or a draft 3, so we're still on draft 1 right now. Also going to present a quick mid-year report to you at the end of this report that has been sent to you and will be included in this packet. For capital project updates, the town hall bathroom renovation, believe it or not, was going to start tonight, but we didn't want you to have to use a porta potty or something, so we moved it to tomorrow. So it's going to start tomorrow.
Thank you.
Water will be shut down tomorrow night, and then it'll return with 2 bathrooms operational throughout the duration of the project, which you expect will be one month or so in duration, hopefully quicker than that. That's good news. For CPA project updates, the big one is Cranberry Bog Dam number 1. The Conservation Commission will receive the results of the ground penetrating radar survey at their meeting this week, and then they will either change or proceed with construction based on those findings. Once that's done, the CONSCOM has already approved the, what are we calling it? Phase 1 dam construction project. They approved that. I met with them last week. They approved it. Thanks to Megan for working with me on that. And that means once this emergency repair is done, we'll bid the Phase 1 project to get that going, and then we'll start Phase 2, which will be informed by the hydrologic studies. Did everyone follow that? Cranberry Bog Dam number 1.
Okay.
3 phases we're working on at once.
A, B, and C.
Okay. Speaking of those hydrologic studies, we're still waiting for them, but they're really important for Phase 2, which is coming in the summer. I am working with Julie and the Housing Trust to finalize contracts with GNAP and Niche. We're just going over the details right now. This would allow you to look at a schematic design for that project with the CAHT. That is ongoing. Stephen and I, for Benfield, the keyless entry system, met with the system contractor and completed the final phase of this project, which focused on repairing 3 failed systems. We're still waiting for a part or 2, but then those will be done. They also put stickers on each resident lock system, and we hear from the residents that they're working, they're very functional now. So the last piece of this project is, if available, to add a Wi-Fi component, which would allow NOAA to remote lock and unlock these for residents. But we can consider that project to be substantially complete.
Is there money remaining in the CPA grant that would cover the cost of the Wi-Fi?
We're not-
The remote,
So it doesn't exist yet, so we're not sure. We don't,
Okay.
the patch that they're adding to this lock system doesn't exist yet. So
okay,
we're not sure. There's about 8,000 left, and we don't know.
okay,
If it's 8,000, I'd be thrilled. And
Yeah.
I'll say yes.
yeah.
All right, library renovation. This is an important update for you. So the total project budget is now estimated at $3.5 million. This includes contingency and soft costs, so the actual construction costs are $2.8 million. To address the funding gap, the library trustees plan to continue fundraising and request CPA funding at annual town meeting. This is per the library trustees. To present the most accurate request possible, they intend to put this project out to bid in March, obtain an estimate, and bring a final number to town meeting for consideration of those CPA dollars. The project is also going to, the scope will include alternates for the library coil replacement and the proposed mechanical room expansion.
So we had a discussion about that last meeting with the CPA funding. Is it CPA's intent to fund the entire gap?
That is under discussion. I think, I would say my sense of the committee, just speaking as an individual, is that they would like to see the fundraising plan for this, if the CPA were to provide funds, something similar to last time where there was a match.
So
Yeah.
it would not. it would-
So, but.
Speaking for yourself, you're saying you'd be less in favor of a fully funding, but rather another match.
I mean, but that's why we're having the library trustees come talk to us at our next meeting more specifically about.
And
Do they
then
see
also,
the ability to
Ryan,
do
I
that?
didn't jump in quickly enough, but you and Julie are working out some things for the Bog House. Is that also a CPA-funded thing?
Yes, but from a vote a long time ago.
Yeah, it's
Right.
already in the
That's the 200K or
CAHT.
something?
Yeah, it's
okay.
already in your,
Right, okay, good.
So it's housing trust money
Yeah,
given by the CPC,
Okay, good.
from CPA.
good.
A lot of acronyms.
but I think, I believe there's also a new CPA application coming from
Well,
CAHT.
They had to do it by Feb.
for
1
the-
or something.
Right,
yeah.
for the, what's the next step after you've done, for the design documents,
Yeah.
right? That they would want the town meeting to approve so they can move
Right.
forward in the summer.
In
to
the next
actually-
time, right. I think that's right.
Right?
So why, and the 30K or 15K rather for legal is not tucked into one of those?
No.
It needs its own thing?
Yeah.
Because statutorily or financially?
We just think it's better for tracking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, police station renovation, this sounds very, I don't know what it sounds, but it's on schedule and on budget. We're telling you
That
that.
sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What does it
It's a
sound
little,
like?
well, it just seems like it's kind of a hokey thing to say.
No, that's we
Yeah,
like
oh,
those
that's a
words,
wonderful
Ryan.
thing to
It's on
read.
budget.
You don't need to
That's good.
explain,
management, right?
Yeah.
Even with all
Exactly
the
what we care
dirty
about.
dirt.
Yeah, so I mean, we're eating into contingency, but not at a pace that we're concerned yet.
Okay, good.
And, there's contingency plans for the water, put the water back into the earth, and for the,
That's where it always goes.
for the basement, a foundation of the garage to mitigate water and soil removal, which is what has been expensive. But your committee is all over this. Everything is to your standard thus far and more, because they're very involved. This is some sections here about upcoming discussions and approvals. Nothing new. I would note that Senator Barrett is coming on March 24th to do what Representative Cataldo did, so your entire delegation is coming before you. By that time, we should know the House budget, so then it times well to talk to the Senate about their version of the budget. For staff recognition, Aubrey recently received her full recertification as a MCPPO official. This is recertification that requires 25 hours from the Inspector General in terms of procurement education. And now she is a full MCPPO, given her time in the field, not just an associate. So that's good news. We now have 3 MCPPO certified officials on staff, 2 primaries, me and Aubrey, and Gretchen as the associate member. And we're also going to be sending, because we can send 1 school person for free, Stephen Canary on the facility side, so that'll give us 4.
Good.
A lot of capacity.
Yeah.
I'd also like to commend Deputy Chief Booth, Sergeant Baxter, Chief Soros, Lieutenant Newman, Kathleen Bond, and Laura Duff, who is our public health nurse, for their outstanding work on the town's interdisciplinary at-risk group. This was established by Chief Amendola and is providing meaningful results for the community. Through close collaboration, members recently worked together to successfully connect an individual with appropriate services and resources that achieved a positive outcome that wouldn't have been possible with just one department acting alone. So more knitting together of departments and working together collaboratively not only saves the town money, but improves services. So thank you to that team for their professionalism and dedication. All right, briefly, because you've seen it, and I'll keep it high level, I would like to go over the mid-year report. So we're expanding the capacity of this report and hoping to provide it quarterly, but this is the half-year report, so this is timely in terms of the budget process. How is the FY26 budget performing, and how are we making sure that we're stewarding your finances correctly?
And this will be available, or is available, on the town website.
Yes. On the budget page under financial monitoring. So besides some explanatory thing, it's pretty simple: red, yellow, green. Red, we're really concerned; yellow, we're monitoring it; and green, we're good to go. Not really concerned. That means there's some action item that needs to be taken. If it's more than red, we'll let you know, but nothing is more than red. So towns have expended at the halfway point 48.22% of the budget, which would return free cash around 500 to 700,000. We don't expect that number to hold. That's a lot, but we do expect there to be some return from the departments of appropriated funds, which is something we design in the budget. The only concerning item that we have is the dispatch department absorbed costs related to IT. So we used to just fix the computers when they needed to be fixed, but because of cybersecurity and computer systems, they need to be managed systems. So this added about $3,000 a month to the budget of unanticipated funds, and there'll be some need for a transfer at the end of the year. So they're absorbing all the police and communication costs with this. We have included this in the FY27 budget and briefed the FinCom on it. We do think that they might be able to transfer money within their department or the police department to cover it. So it's not a huge concern, but it is definitely something we need to highlight. Maintenance costs town-wide are something we're monitoring. We do expect an end of the year transfer, but nothing crazy. The reason for that is with the full-time maintenance staff, we're just uncovering more and more deferred maintenance that needs to get done. Not a surprising comment to you. None of the others are significant, but definitely worth reading. On the revenue side, just some things to fix. We have solar lease revenue that we take in that we're not including in our local receipt estimates. So this is something that you'll hear from the FinCom that we should be increasing our local receipt estimates. This is one of the reasons why.
Sorry, Ryan, but what's the possible level?
25,000.
Okay.
Recycling revenues continue to go down nationwide, so that is eating into our projections of costs.
It's disappointing.
So there goes your 25,000, but it's good that it washes. And then department
Revenue on that one, the revenue's going down because of the market is pricing it
Yes.
down, not because
Right.
we're recycling.
Right, that's what it
Correct.
says.
We're recycling more, actually,
Yeah.
we're just not getting as much for it. And then department revenues, a great example is this select board. If you look at the line-by-line report, you no longer have a liquor license, and that used to be revenue. So none of the revenues add up to much, it's
Are the
money.
newbies gonna have liquor?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Two things that we're monitoring, gas permits seem to be underperforming in terms of our estimates. We're not sure if that's an anomaly or will pick up in the spring, but we're watching it. And the charging stations are currently losing funding.
The ones at the school.
Yeah, not a significant amount, but we're watching it to make sure that we're continuing to provide recommendations there. I give you a pretty good update consistently on your capital and professional service items, so you can review that if you want. The indicators are there, whether the projects are closed or not. There are some long-standing projects that you don't get regular updates on that are interesting, but we do all of the ones that exist in the budget in that report. I think you'll find the building renovation project funds section of this capital piece interesting. It is all the money that has been both allocated and contracts that are awarded, so you can see the balances and the contingencies there. We can dig as deep into this as you want in future reports, so take a look at that and let me know what's useful and what isn't. But that is all the large projects that we have right now, the police station and fire station being the ones that are approved. Chapter 90, here is our current standing. The takeaway here is we believe this is the entirety of the things that you may fund with Chapter 90 based on discussions. The top end of the Audubon Lane discussion we had last time, the top end of the Complete Streets contingency and design. I told you your reserve going into next year was going to be 100,000. It's actually 238,000. So that's with these earmarked here, which
So walk me through, funds available at the end of the calendar year, and then you're subtracting the next things to get the reserve. You're assuming full, what's that math there in those 4 lines?
So this is what's available from the last year's town meeting warrant article and Chapter 90. This is what you've discussed maybe spending.
Okay.
So we took that out for a reserve of
And so it
this.
leaves you 238.
So 138,000 more than you thought. Still not enough to fund the entirety of the plan without a full 800,000
Right,
investment.
so paving and everything has to come out of that.
Plus next year's Chapter 90 and a warrant article. So that'll be in around $1 million if you did the 800,000. CPA projects, this is just the buckets that exist and how much money's in them as of December 31st. And then an update on each project, like you hear from my TA report and the way we reported on capital projects. Just another way to monitor what's going on. And then financial monitoring, this is important. So this is our taking of the financial policies that you passed and telling you how we are doing in terms of the monitoring based off policy. So town reserves, you heard that tonight. We are at 17.41%, well above the 12% high-end marker. Cash reconciliation, this needs to be done within 30 days by policy. We are less than 30 days from the last reconciliation. Sandy and Kelly do a great job of that. And report to me when they do it, and then I review it as well. So we're monitoring cash well. Our internal audit, policy requires that we do 2. Aubrey and Kelly went through the COHS funds in depth and their processes when we switched directors. So that counts as 1, and Kelly will be doing another internal audit before the end of the year. So this is cash receipt and other processes.
So you pick one department to do an audit on, and that becomes your audit?
Yeah, and we're required to do 2.
Internal, yeah.
But I mean, next year you'll pick some other department?
Yes.
It's random, or it's on a schedule, or what?
Right now, it is not random. We're selecting them because we have many to review, but eventually it'll be a random.
not scheduled, not a rolling schedule.
Right.
And the second audit is the same one as the first, or a different?
Different department.
Right, so you do two departments a year.
Yes.
And how many departments are there roughly?
A lot.
15.
Okay, so every 7 years, everybody would get an audit every 7 years, basically.
Ish, yeah.
And why random and not scheduled?
This was a recommendation that we implement, so we're just slowly seeing how it impacts our workload and implementing it. I do think we'll add more than 2 in the future.
Okay.
And which department's going to be next? Do you know that?
We're not telling them.
Oh,
That way, everybody's following the policy.
Gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
This was a suggestion from our external auditors.
Yeah.
Department reconciliation, we send out a budget versus actual every month. I look through it to make sure that I'm talking to departments that you would see in this report, and so they're aware of what's going on, and they report back. And then our external audit is almost complete and ready to present to my working group, so that's yellow, but we're on track. And then this part is something for you to review. I'm not going to go over each line, but these are all of the, as you
So
remember.
green means we're under 50%.
Yes.
In yellow, you're right at 50%.
It's under 50% or where we expect it to be. Like, we pay for the entirety of insurance and on July 1st, so.
So, okay, so it's like weighted to,
It can be, yeah.
so basically, the reds are just unexpectedly over budget, like you mentioned, communications.
Or under budget.
Red is, there's a concern. yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
well, he already said because they had to.
Well, but like wastewater treatment repairs is red.
Right, because they didn't expect it.
Yeah, that's in capital, so in this one,
Says they can skip the expense.
yeah, we can skip it.
That's
Red
good.
is action taken or needed.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, you're right.
The one
The
I
other one
looked
above,
at,
the
the
one
one red
above.
one I looked at
The one
was like
above.
the.
All right, and then on the revenue side, same thing. So it's just a quick snapshot, and if we do it quarterly, the next one is really telling, so that's when we're gonna start talking about transfers and other items that are necessary.
So you've got a whole bunch there that are red near the end below expectations.
Tiny, though, it's tiny amounts. You gotta look.
Oh, they're tiny, okay.
Revenue.
Yeah, this is one, I put in the report, we need to look, we're looking into this now. Why are our department revenues low? Is it season?
What does select board collect revenue?
It's the liquor that he.
That's your
mentioned.
liquor.
Liquor
Oh, the
license.
liquor, that's right. We get the liquor revenue. Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
But my favorite thing in this
Library fines.
is we projected to have one marriage,
Under.
and we've done the marriage. So we met the
Yay,
marriage license.
congratulations.
So we met that revenue standard. The big takeaway from revenue is we haven't done excise, transfer station stickers, or there's another one that's seasonal. Anyways, the seasonal revenues that make up the majority of our revenue, so we are ahead. Even though we're at 47%, we're well ahead. Motor vehicle exercise is more than $1 million of this, and we haven't taken in any of it yet because it hasn't been charged.
Okay.